everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. In today's video we are gonna see the name of some countries, nationalities related to those countries, and the languages. In some cases they coincide with the name of the word for the nationality. In others they don't, of course. We are gonna see some examples. So as the title says, let's see, you'll guess it soon. Algunos países del mundo. Algunos países del mundo. What do you think it is? Some countries of the world. So this is some. This is some in the plural and the positive form. As you have some and any for the negative form, we have another word for that negative form too. We'll see them later in sort of a unit 2, let's say. We are still in unit 1. And look up that word. Well, first we are gonna see the names of the countries and then the nationalities and languages spoken there. In this case, this is the name in which we say United States of America, Estados Unidos. We can say Estados Unidos or los, the. Both are used. Los Estados Unidos, Estados Unidos. Brasil, Brazil. Venezuela, Venezuela. Chile, Uruguay, Italia, España, Spain, Francia, France, Bélgica, Belgium, Austria, Austria, well, it's written the same way in English, Suecia, Sweden, Sweden, this is Sweden. I mean, it's quite different from Suecia, it's very different from Suecia, so in this case I'm writing the English word. This is different too. France, Spain, Italy, Uruguay, Chile, Brazil, Venezuela, the United States of America, Russia, Russia, Polonia, Poland, Poland, Portugal, 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 Japan, Japón, China, China, Argentina, Argentina, Egipto is Egypt, Egypt, Egipto, Syria, Syria, Afghanistan, 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 Inglaterra, it changes a lot, well, but I guess you know it's England. England, sorry for this, but I wish my board were bigger. England, Inglaterra, Turkey, Turkey, Alemania, Germany, Germany, Cabo Verde, it's in Africa. They speak Portuguese there. In Spanish it's Cabo Verde. It means green cape. Cameroon, Emiratos Árabes Unidos, well, it's quite similar. But you know that the order in Spanish is different from that in English. United Arab Emirates, Emiratos Árabes Unidos. Ethiopia, Ethiopia, Greece, Grecia, Greece, India, differently, Nigeria, of course, Nigeria, Nigeria. This is for the names of the countries. We're gonna see now nationalities and languages. in some cases, the ones in blue, the ones that have a blue cross on their left, in that case, the nationality coincides with the language that they speak in that country. In red, I put the typical endings, different endings that we have in Spanish to talk about nationalities, or to make the word that refers to a nationality. So in this case it says ino, ina, the masculine o, the feminine a. As in the case of China, the country China, we say China, the country, and the nationality is Chino for men and China for women. Chino, China. Argentina, my country, Argentino, Argentina. So here we use the typical masculine, feminine endings. You'll see that in other cases we won't do that. So Chino, China, Argentino, Argentina, and I wrote a few examples, of course. Then let's move on to the ending ense. It's a very common end. For example, I was born in Mar del Plata, and the homonym for that is marplatense. Mar del Plata, marplatense. Nicaragüense, born in Nicaragua. Estadounidense, born in the United States. And please be careful here, because we don't say Americano, Americana. I mean, if we want to talk about the continent as a whole, America, in that case we do. Estadounidense, we drop the S from Estados Unidos and make a new word, contracting and dropping some letters, that results in estadounidense. In the case of Nicaragüense, this comes from Nicaragua, of course, Nicaragua. And something I didn't tell you about the letter U in Spanish. You know that this sounds gua, and that if you write this, sounds ge. Here we don't pronounce the U. And if guitarra, guitar, we don't say guitarra. But when, or maybe I told you, I don't remember sincerely. If we want to keep the U sound, because this word comes from the word Nicaragua, Nicaragua, and if we want to keep that U sound, and at the same time add the ense, we have to make these two dots over the letter U. In this case, it sounds U, Nicaragüense. So this mark means that you pronounce the letter. In Keki, it doesn't exist because we directly make this, que, qui. But in this case, we do a gegi because we don't have another letter in the alphabet, which pronunciation is like ge. Ge. In Spanish is softer. It's softer. Ge. With the ending eno, in this case, I forgot to put the feminine form eno, ena. Ano, ana. Again, eno, ena, ana. This is another typical ending for demonym and nationalities. From Chile, chileno, chilena. And I put only this one. Well, there are more, but just to put examples. Ano, ana, for example, from Venezuela, venezolano, venezolana. So I'm going to use another color. In this case, we make gender distinction. Ino, ina. In this case, we don't. In this case, we do. In this case, we do too. From Afghanistan, Afgano, Afghana. From Cabo Verde, Cabo Verdiano, Cabo Verdiana. From Mexico, Mexicano, Mexicana. Remember that this X, we pronounce it like the J. Mexicano, Mexicano. From Italy, Italiano, Italiana. From Nigeria, Nigeriano, Nigeriana. In this case, we do the gender distinction too. So I'm going to do this. So from France, it's okay. From France, Français, men, and we add an A for women, francesa. From England, Inglés, inglesa. Well, it's similar to English, inglés. England, English, Inglaterra, inglés, inglesa. From Denmark, Danes, danesa. So this is masculine and this is feminine. From Cameroon, Camerunes, camerunesa. From Japan, Japan, Japonés, japonesa. Oh, it's down there. Japonés, japonesa. Another typical ending is ako, aka. Ako, aka. For example, from Poland, Polonia, Polacco, Polacca. From Austria, Austriaco. You may hear Austriaco. You can say Austriaco or Austriaco. Both are correct. Austriaco is more often used by older people. So nowadays, younger people say Austriaco. Austriaco, Austriaca. Austriaco, Austriaca. And I made a cross, as I told you before, I made a cross on the left of some nationalities to indicate that the language coincides with the word, the word that we use for the language coincides with that we use to indicate the nationality. So, for example, as in the case of China, in China, people speak Chinese or Chino. In the case of in the case of China, Chino. In the case of Argentina, when we see nationalities ending in ñol, we see Spanish, español, and that's the language, of course. But no one can say I speak Argentinian, hablo argentino. In an Argentinian way, yes, that's another thing. In the case of France, the language is français, so remember, you can keep the masculine form to indicate language. The same for England, inglés, English. For Denmark, Danes. From Japan, or for Japan, Japonés. The language is called Japonés. In the United States, the same as in Argentina, they speak English. Nicaragüenses, los nicaragüenses, people from Nicaragua speak Spanish. In Chile, they speak Spanish too. The same in Venezuela. afghano, afghana, in Afghanistan, Arabic. In Cabo Verde, Portuguese, I'm going to add the word Portugués here to indicate the language. This is in this group, es esa. Portugués to indicate that it's the same word that we use to talk about languages, in this case Portuguese. In Mexico, Spanish. In Italy, Italian. In Nigeria, sorry, I'm not sure. I think they speak French. In Poland, Polacco, so this coincides with the name of the language. Remember the masculine form to indicate language, Polacco. In Austria, they speak German. Well, let's go on with further examples, and of course, after saying these examples and the name of the languages, I'm gonna erase the board and put the names of the nationalities of the countries for which we've seen the nationalities, because up to now I've only spoken about nationalities. Then I'll put a list with the names of those countries. Another ending is the one that the one related with our language course, Español, Spanish. So from Spain, Español, and we add an A española, to refer to women. Español, española, and the language is español. Remember the masculine form. For people born in India, the demonym is Indio-India, or the nationality Indio-India. In Sweden, Sueco-Sueca, and the language again coincides. Sueco, the language is Sueco in Spanish. For people born in Sweden, Suecia, Sueco-Sueca. From Russia, Russo, Russa, and Russo is the name of the language. For example, I've never studied Russian up to now. I don't know in the future. From Syria, Syrio, Syria. So this is a group in which see the final A-O distinction. There is another ending, Enio, Enia. For instance, Brasileño from Brazil, Brasileña, a woman from Brazil. Hondureño, Hondureña from Honduras. The ending ero, era. When we talk about people from Brazil, we can say brasileño, brasileña, or brasilero, brasilera. It's the same. And the name of the language, Portuguese, so this is only to refer to the nationality. Another ending, in some cases we must add the OA endings to indicate gender. For example, from Uruguay, uruguayo, uruguaya, uruguayo, uruguaya. From Germany, well, the name of the country is Alemania. I'll write it when I finish with this. Alemania, we shorten that word to Aleman and add, and the masculine form remains Aleman, a person born in Germany, and Alemana, a woman. Aleman, a man born in Germany, and Alemana, a woman born in Germany. And in this case, the name of the language is German is Aleman, Deutsch, Aleman. In this group, I put some peculiar names, some peculiar words, because in those cases the word to refer to nationality changes to a larger extension than just by adding a or. So it's very different from the name of the country. For example, in Belgium, people born in Belgium, they are called Belgas, while I wrote the singular form. Belga is used both for men and women, although it ends with a. That we know that a is typical for feminine endings. In this case, it is an exception because we say un hombre belga, a man from Belgium, una mujer belga, a woman from Belgium. Etíope, the country is Ethiopia, Ethiopia in English, and Etíope is the nationality. For people born in Egypt, Egipto, Egipcia for men, and Egyptia for women. It is a bit archaic, but you may hear it again. You may still hear it. There's a trademark of beans called La Egipciana in Argentina, the Egyptian woman. We can say Egipcio Egipcia or Egipcio Egipciana, but it's a bit, we can still say it, but it's a bit archaic. A bit because it hasn't disappeared yet at all. It still exists, but this is more common, Egyptia. People born in Greece, they are called Griego, Griega. And in this case, the language is Griego. People born in Israel, they speak Hebreo, Hebrew. So people born in Israel, they speak Hebrew, Hebreo. People born in the United Arab Emirates, Emiratos Árabes Unidos, they speak Emirati. This is the name of the language. It coincides with the United Arab Emirates. And finally, the examples that I wrote here, people born in Turkey, when we talk about their nationality, we say Turco for men and Turca for women, and the language is el turco. El idioma turco, turco. Buy them and check them. And to end this video, as I said before, I was going to write the names of the languages tidier, because it was a bit of a mess embedded into nationalities. So they are separately written here. The title says Los idiomas del mundo, the languages of the world. Of course, they are not all the languages of the world because of obvious reasons, and because myself, I don't know the name of all the languages in the world. But I should have put some. Yes, I'm going to correct it, because if I say los, it means that it includes all the names of the languages. So I'm going to put, we've already seen the word some in the plural, masculine and plural. Algunos idiomas, because this is el idioma, though it ends in a, the word idioma, language, is masculine in Spanish. Algunos idiomas del mundo, some languages of the world. Let's review them. Inglés, English. Francés, French. Árabe, Arabic. Alemán, German. Español, Spanish. Italiano, Italian. Sueco, the language spoken in Sweden. Russo, Russian. Polacco, Polish. Japonés, Japanese. Chino, Chinese. Turco, Turkish. Griego, Greek. Hebreo, Hebrew. And well, we've seen many of them. As you can see, I wrote them at random and a bit on purpose so as not to see them in alphabetical order, because that would mean to learn them by heart. So I put them at random so that you try to learn them by listening to them. I mean, this is for real. There exists the visual memory. If one sees the order and one learns, it's a way of learning, but being mixed up, maybe in that way you pay more attention to the word itself than to the order. You know what I mean. Well, so this is enough for today, and see you in the next video. We are gonna see, yes, our next topics will be family members and parts of the house. Family members and parts of the house. So see you in the next video, and hope you have a nice whatever. A nice day, a nice afternoon, evening, night. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao. Tschüss. Ciaocito.